It's time to work on C to C on our Star-Spangled Beauty ladder quilt. C to C is on page 35. I have the background fabric fused with interfacing on the back and the batting. This is the largest single block of our ladder quilt, and it is done in 2 parts. I will also need wash away stabilizer for the 3D flowers. The 3D flowers are made like freestanding lace, and those will be completed before we start the block. So let's stitch out C to C. So part A of the C to C is stitching out the 3D flowers, and that needs to be done before the block. So I am going to go to embroidery and to my USB and to the embroidery files, and I'm going to choose these 2 little flowers and hit set. Now I've already got my 4x4 hoop selected, but I want to go ahead and add several of these, just not to waste stabilizer. I may use these little flowers somewhere else. So I've got them selected. I'm going to come to edit, and this copy where there's a little box with a dotted box, and that is to copy. And I will do that a couple of times. And just to move these, this last one I will go to rotate so that I can just fit several and not just waste my stabilizer. So now I will select OK. But if I were to choose to stitch this out right now, you can see that I would do each individual set. So I would do one of the small and then a large and then a small and a large, and I would have to change the thread back and forth. And since I'm not in software, I didn't color sort, but I want to go ahead and do that on my machine. So I will come back to layout, and again I already did hit embroidery, and I'm going to choose these 3 little spools and then go back to layout. So now you can see that all of the 4 sea green are done. So all these little ones are done first, then the larger. So I only have to change the thread colors once. I will go to my minus plus just because in case something happens and I need to go back stitches or something like that. But now we can start stitching out and do 4 sets of these little flowers. I do have 2 layers of wash away stabilizer. The directions call for a sticky back to be put in the hoop, and then a layer of the wash away over the sticky back, and then stitch them out. I don't have any of the sticky back wash away stabilizer, and so I am just doing 2 layers of regular wash away. The directions also say to use the same color bobbin. I am going to just leave my bobbin white. These flowers will be 3D and of course will be washed away, and they will be just a little freestanding lace flower. However, they will be stitched down and we really won't see the back of them. So I am just using white bobbin thread. All right, let's get this stitched out. I'll just loosely cut around each of these little flowers. and then I'll just drop them into a bowl of water and let that dissolve. Now there are a few threads that I will cut off. I'm going to let these sit and dry while I finish the block, and then when they're dry, I'll trim off the excess threads if there's any. They look great, so I'm going to set these aside and finish the block. I will go to Embroidery and to my USB and the quilting bundle folder. Now this design, the directions call for the stars 11 background, but I really love the floral background, so I am going to choose the floral 14 block by block, and I need the 8 by 10. I will hit set and now go to add, back to the USB and then my embroidery files folder, and find C to C and hit set. And I need to change my hoop size. Now this is the largest block in the quilt, the largest single block. And the last hoop that I had in my settings was the 8 by 12. And I'm not sure you can see, but this, even if you take out the fabric tack down and fabric placement, those outside lines, I think this block is too big for the 8 by 12 hoop. So if you don't have a larger hoop than an 8 by 12, you might have to read the directions that talk about how to use several small background quilting designs to quilt the entire background. And it would take a couple of hoopings, but I think they have directions for people who don't have a large hoop. My Stellaire has a 9 by 14, so I will go to the settings and go to my 9 by 14, and that will fit. I do have the muslin with the excess hanging off the back. So once I go to embroidery, I will go to layout and move, and I'm going to move this all the way down to the bottom to save on stabilizer. Before I start, I will select OK and then go to my minus plus needle. This puts me on the screen where I can skip steps, which I will move ahead and skip some steps from the background quilting. Again, that's totally optional. So now we can start our biggest block. I also want to note that this block is the only block that uses every single one of our threads. I used these two for the flowers, and I have the pearl thread for the background, and then every other color. So let's get started. I've placed the batting and the fabric, and now I need to come skip the 2 steps that I skip. Again, this is totally optional. You can run all the steps of the background quilting. The second step is the tack down of the batting, and I have my batting cut to size, so I will use my down arrow to skip. The next is the fabric placement. That is just 1/4 of an inch outside the batting, and our fabric is much larger, so I will skip that. And I will run the tack down and then the background quilting. This is a block where they suggest to use the fray check around the outside of the stitching, let it dry, and then cut this applique. This is going to be a raw edge applique, and even though the fabric is backed and it would probably be okay, I think on this one I am going to use my fray check. There's a lot of kind of intricate, you know, stitching with little tiny ins and outs, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and do what the directions say. So I do need to put it on the outside of the stitching. We'll cut about 1/8 of an inch. We don't want to cut too close because this again is not going to have a finishing outline. So about 1/8 of an inch. So I will put the fray check around, and then I do need to let it dry before I cut it out. That came out so good. I'm really happy with it, and I am really happy with the floral background. I love that. So now with these little freestanding lace flowers, I am just going to trim off these little threads. And I remember I made much more. We only needed one of each. But we'll see. I might use them, you know, somewhere else. So I'll trim these up, and then we can move on with the block. Oh, and I wanted to show that here's the front. Look at this little piece. Or is that the back? It's hard to tell. But remember, I did not change my thread, even though the directions say to use the same color. You can see, I think that's the front, that you can't even tell that I didn't use the same color. Like you can't really see the white, maybe a little bit on the cross hatching, but not enough to just wind a bobbin that I may or may not use for something else. So that looks good. All right, let's continue. The directions, of course, call to trim the fabric after the red flower is tacked down and then do the next fabric. I just made sure that the red wasn't going to get caught in the stitching, and am trimming them at the same time just to save on taking my hoop in and out. The stitch that it just did is this little circle, and that's the placement for one of our little lace flowers. So I am going to see which side looks better. I think that side is the right side. I'm going to place it on top, and then I do need to tape so that it doesn't shift around when it's stitching that little center. So we'll see how that goes. So that looks pretty good. So I'll take this tape off. Ooh, that was close. All right, and now it's going to do the same thing for the next flower. That one's a little bit harder to see, but it's right, this little circle right here. I'm going to try to get this in the center. I just really don't want to run over the tape. It's hard to get this tape off. I really love this block. So here are the little 3D flowers. We can kind of pull those up if you want them a little bit more, you know, kind of rounded. I really love it. And again, I love the background quilting. So I'm going to remove the basting. This is a background quilting that does not go into the seam allowance. So I will remove the muslin right up to the batting line and then trim this to size. There is a pop ruler that matches the size. So I will use, since I'm taking the basting out, I will flip it over once I have everything removed, and then I can just center my ruler to the outside of the batting line and cut, and we'll be done with this largest block. And not only is it our largest block, but it is the last block of the ladder quilt.